Hey guys, what's going on? It's me Lily, and today I want to show you my Victorinox collection and what I'm carrying for EDC. So first I would like to say that I carried this knife for maybe 10 years. This is a Spyderco knife, which was given to me by my friend SurvivalMike, and I carried it for over 10 years. It's an awesome knife and really cool. So if you are searching for this style of knife, I can definitely recommend the company Spyderco. Now right now I'm not carrying this knife though, because it's lacking a couple of tools that I would like to have for EDC. So this is now why I'm back to carrying Victorinox knives, and they have a really good tool set which are very practical in daily life. So yeah, this is now my new EDC knife that I'm carrying every day in my pocket. By the way, all of these knives, they have this button here at the side, and that's the old version of the 111 millimeter Victorinox folder. So that's the old version. The new version does not come with the button anymore. The new version has a liner lock, but I don't like the liner lock because it's somehow going in the wrong direction, right? So this knife here, I just have to press down to close the knife. But with the new Victorinox, you have to press upwards, which is really awkward. And then you need like, yeah, two hands, and your hand is in the way, which is a little bit dangerous, I would say. So at least for right-handed persons like me. Maybe left-handed persons can press the liner lock a little bit better. But yeah, that's the main reason why I went back to the old version of this knife, which comes with the button. This has the very typical Victorinox blade, and it locks in place. And now, if I want to fold back the knife again, it only works if I take the button and switch it to the side. And then I can safely close the knife without any fingers being in the danger zone. So this is why I like this system, and it's really sturdy and very safe. Yeah, so this model here is actually the picnicker model. So it's just having a few tools, the blade, but also of course the beer bottle opener, then also a flathead screwdriver. It has here a smaller flathead screwdriver and the can opener, of course. Then also it has this small wire stripper, so you can take some wire and just jam it into here and then rotate it and strip the wire. So that's pretty awesome. Then of course you have your corkscrew with a small screwdriver, and this is perfect for people who have glasses like me. Yeah, then also I've switched out the handle scales to black ones because I like black. And then also here I have inserted a blue toothpick and a blue tweezer. Those tweezers are really great. So if you have a splinter, this tweezer works awesome. Yeah, and then of course here we have an awl, a true awl. The newer models don't come with the hole anymore. So I don't know why, but I think that really sucks. And this is why I'm staying with the old model here. Yeah, then here you can see that I have attached a Leatherman clip. This is a pocket clip. And yeah, I think the Leatherman clip, it really is convincing and of really high quality. So this is why I chose a Leatherman clip for this knife. And I always wear it in my pocket. It doesn't get in the way or something. So I really love carrying this in my pocket. I think this is the perfect EDC knife. Could you use it for self-defense? Yes, you could, but you might break the blade. So I think for self-defense, this knife is actually better. But yeah, it really comes down to your own personal choice of blades. And then also some people recommend to use the awl for self-defense. You can take it like this. I would not do that because the awl is not locking, and it can happen that the awl snaps down on your finger and then you cut your flesh to the bone. So if I was to defend myself, I would actually use the corkscrew. And this is also really, really painful if you get this in the face, but this is safer for your fingers. So yeah, this knife I only carry in my pocket, and the rest of the knives I would either carry it in a bigger pocket in the jacket, or I would take a leather sheath. So the next size of knife that you can get is this one here. This is a knife that I'm going to use for bushcrafting and if I go into the forest. So it's basically the same as this knife here. It has the same tool set, plus it has a really good saw. So this saw is awesome. It's very sharp. You can cut down some small trees and shrubs with no problem. The only downside is that this saw blade is not locking, so you have to take care that this is not flipping on your finger. But yeah, really awesome saw. I love it, and I like this small model. I can still carry it in my pocket, but recently I've made myself this leather pouch, and it fits perfectly into it. It does not come out by itself, and it snaps closed like this. So if I go in the forest, I just take this sheath, put it on my belt, and then I can do some bushcrafting and practice my survival skills. So for the outdoors, I think a saw is really important, and this is why I'm choosing this model for the wilderness. Yeah, the next on, this knife here. This is the Victorinox Outrider. I really love this knife. And it comes with the same tool set as with this knife here. But it also has, in addition to that, a really nice scissor. And then it has some Phillips head screwdriver. Really high quality tool. It was also really expensive, I have to say. So I paid 50 euros used for this knife. But I was lucky because it was practically new, so the previous owner did not use it. And same goes for this knife and this knife. So I bought all of these knives used, but they were practically new because the knives were just laying around in the drawer. So I was really lucky. Price-wise, I paid 25 euros for this one, 35 euros for this one, and for this one I paid 50. So that hurt a little bit, but I gotta say, I think it's worth it. It's a really good knife. Now, usually this knife stays at home because I want to save it for special occasions. Maybe I take it with me if I go to holiday or something. So yeah, I try to keep this knife unused as much as possible. Alright, I just realized that there's one knife missing from my collection, which is this here. I had it in another drawer, and I'm actually saving this knife for my son. This is the Ranger Grip 55, and it's one of the newer, bigger models that Victorinox made. And here you can see that the knife blade is really big and long, much longer than with those knives here. And then also it comes with this nice button where you can unlock a liner lock and then you can close the blade. Then also this knife comes with a really big saw. Now this saw is so much bigger than the saw from the smaller model here. Look at that. It's really so much bigger. So I think that's a perfect knife for survival situations if you talk pocket knives. Yeah, also here the saw blade does not lock. Then it comes with the other tools which are available on the other knives as well. And it comes with toothpick and tweezers, and it also has a longer corkscrew. So this is a really good knife, and I thought that this is going to be my new favorite knife now, but actually for me it's really big and bulky, And I don't want to carry this in my pocket because it's really too big. So I think for me as a female, I don't know, this is just a little bit too big. So yes, I could carry it in a backpack, of course, then it's okay. But for quickly carrying, I don't know, inside of a pocket, it's really too bulky. So now I decided that I want to keep this knife unused, and once my son gets like 16 or something, he will get this knife as a birthday present. I have given this knife to a couple of males and they really fill out the entire handle with their hand. So I think for males this is the perfect knife. So if you got big hands like a plate, then yeah, definitely go for it. I think it's a really good knife. And this knife I bought new for 65 euros. Then the next knife that I got, this is my most recent purchase. This is the Victorinox Hunter Pro. And I'm really curious why they call it Hunter, because I don't think this is a hunting knife. I've opened up about 15 deer in my life, and I would never do some blood work with a folder because the blood will run right into the mechanism here and you will never be able to clean a folding knife properly. So I would not use it to gut some deer. Maybe you can gut some fish. So as long as the blood is not running down the blade, then it's no problem. But yeah, I don't think this is a hunting knife. I don't think folders at all should be used for hunting knives. But this is only my personal opinion. And the reason is hygiene. But I still got this knife here. And I don't want to use it for hunting, but I want to use it for self-defense. And I think this knife has the perfect handle. It has a really good and comfortable handle. It has a slightly rubberized handle, so you don't slide up and down easily. And also, it comes with a really good finger guard. So that's a really comfortable grip and a really good knife for self-defense. Also here you can see that the knife tip has a false wedge. And if you want to close the knife, you have to press this button here. And then you can safely close the knife. So this is a really sturdy knife. And I watched Joe X trying to destroy this knife. And he said that for a folder it did really well. So it's very sturdy and of high quality. And really comfortable in the hand. So when it comes to self-defense and fighting with a knife, you don't want to have a knife which only has a little bit of a finger guard, because this is not going to be enough. Also these knives are not going to be enough. This knife is better here. So this has a better finger guard, but the shape is very uncomfortable because it has those corners here. It's not sharp, but it might get uncomfortable. So if I had to choose one knife for self-defense, it would be this one here. This is nice. You can fold it down. You can put it inside of your pocket, in your jacket. And then you got a really good knife. And a finger guard is really important so you don't hurt yourself. And this knife cost me 65 euros. Now it's selling for 80 something, 85. I've also seen it selling for 95. So the prices are definitely going up. Yeah, next here I got a new multi-tool. And actually I purchased this one used. This is the Victorinox Spirit. And I really love this thing. I love it. It's a really awesome multi-tool. Very comfortable. No hot spots or anything. Very ergonomic handle. And I paid 85 euros for it. And that was a really good deal because new this thing goes for 150 euros. It's a really expensive tool. And also here you can access all of the tools from the outside. You have different tools like the Victorinox always have. And all of the tools are locking actually. So it's not only the knife blade which is locking, but all of the tools are locking. And then you have to press this button here, and then you can unlock the tool. So this is a really good multi-tool, and it comes with a really good file, high quality file. Then you got a really nice big screwdriver. Then you got a scissor. This could be a little bit bigger, but it's a very high quality still. Then we have a small screwdriver. Yeah, it's not too bad. At the other side we got a saw. This saw is a little bit more fragile than the ones on these knives. So I wish they could make the saw a little bit longer. Then you got a punching awl, a punch without any holes. Then you got a bottle opener. This is a parcel opener and also chisel. And this is the main knife. It's also really nice, but again, the knife blade on the other models, they are far bigger and more sturdy. Still, I think this is a very nice multi-tool, really good quality. It has a nice plier. So I love this thing. I think it's awesome. It's really awesome. And for 85 euros, the guy said he only used the saw once. I think it was a really good price. Now, what all of the knives and multi-tools from Victorinox have in common is that they are made from a really stainless steel. So this won't rust on you. Unless you don't drop it into seawater for a couple of days, this knife should not rust. So if it's getting wet, no problem. I've seen some guys, they are taking the knife and put it in the dishwasher. And I love it. I love stainless steel. The only downside is that you have to sharpen it more often than, for example, carbon steel. So it does not hold an edge for such a long time. Okay, so now I want to show you the other sheaths that I got for my knives. This sheath here is also a self-made sheath, and I've made it for the Outrider. It's perfect. So I really love it. You can put it on your belt. So that's for the Outrider. Then for this knife, I don't have a sheath yet. I have to make one. Then for the multi-tool, I have the original Victorinox nylon sheath. It fits in like this and closes like that. So yeah, it's not too bad. I also want to keep the sheath here because if I go to the tropics, I don't want to take leather sheaths because the tropics, they are not good for leather. So for tropical environments and when it's really moist, a nylon sheath is more practical. Now the funny thing is that this knife also fits into here. Barely, but yeah, it fits. So I could use this sheath for this knife as well. And then also recently I've made myself a sheath for my Leatherman rebar, and actually this multi-tool also fits into here perfectly. Look at that. A perfect fit. Amazing. So now I have several different options how I can carry my knives. Okay, this does not fit into here. This is also not fitting. Yeah, this is, yeah. So I have to make myself, or for my son, I have to make a leather sheath for this knife. Alright guys, so this is my Victorinox collection and I'm really happy about it. I also still love my Spyderco knife, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm so happy with these knives that finally I can say I don't need any new knives anymore. So when it comes to folding knives, I'm done. I have everything I need. Now the only thing that I'm purchasing right now is a second piece of each of these models. I want to get a second Hunter Pro for my spouse. And also I want to get another piece for these 3 models here. Because now you can still get those models, but in 20 years, I don't think you will find a lot of them anymore. So yeah, in case I'm losing one of the knives, or in case one knife gets stolen from me, or in case one knife breaks, then I want to have a second model. And also, you know, when my son one day moves out of the house, then I want to give him all of these models for himself as well. And this is why I try to get a second piece. This one, yeah, I keep this for my son anyway, so I'm not using it myself. Also, I try to find a second Victorinox Spirit for a good price, because these are really high quality items here. Alright guys, so this is it for today. Thank you for watching and stay tuned till next time.